Chapter 11, 50. Turbulent Flow. Sea Battle, 1/2. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Liu Qingyu repeated his words from before. Ying Wuxi's expression turned grim very quickly. Fang Yuan had used familiar face when traveling from southern border to northern plains. He had concealed his appearance. But familiar face could not conceal immortal goo effects or immortal killer moves. When he was in Eastern Sea, Fang Yuan had fought with Liu Qingyu, Tang Song, and Zhou Li. He unavoidably revealed some methods. Even though Ying Wuxi did not know Fang Yuan's appearance at that time, from Liu Qingyu's description, he felt a sense of familiarity. Following his intuition, he probed, and Liu Qingyu described this opponent in greater detail. Flying sword immortal goo, sword escape immortal goo, Ying Wuxi thought to himself. Looking at the timing, it matched perfectly. Ying Wuxi felt that the goo immortal who Liu Qingyu fought was very likely to be Fang Yuan. It is quite coincidental. I actually got information about Fang Yuan like this. Heh, heaven's will. Ying Wuxi raised his head looking at the sky. The turbulent flow sea area's sky was covered in clouds and fog the entire time. At this moment, Ying Wuxi could feel that beyond these clouds, heaven's will was looking at him closely. For heaven's will, be it Fang Yuan, who has the sovereign immortal aperture, or spectral soul demon venerable, who is attempting to defy fate by reviving and reaching the apex again, they were targets to suppress and eliminate. Of course, in the past, spectral soul was the biggest target, but now Fang Yuan was the one who attracted its attention the most. But currently, heaven's will was making an arrangement, attempting to lure Fang Yuan and Ying Wuxi together, so that they would fight each other. This was a method that killed two birds with one stone. It was a plan that saved a lot of effort. Ying Wuxi assessed this as he transmitted secretly to He Lulan. He Lulan was slightly dazed. She did not find anything wrong earlier because she was not familiar with flying sword and sword escape. After reacting, she was a little shocked. Ying Wuxi discovered something so significant, he is actually discussing with me? But soon He Lulan realized if she were in Ying Wuxi's position, she would do the same thing herself to analyze the situation. Until now, Taibai Yunsheng was still kept in the dark. Shunu had absolute loyalty, but he was a variant human. He could not think as flexibly. She herself had the Shadow Sect Alliance agreement. She was bound to Ying Wuxi. She had no choice but to plot together with him. Dealing with Fang Yuan, He Lulan had complex emotions. She had a rather complex relationship with Fang Yuan. They were enemies at first, before becoming allies, but now with a twist of fate, they were enemies again. Even He Lulan had to admit it herself. Fang Yuan was a huge help and had great influence on her. But soon He Lulan calmed down and transmitted, "Your analysis makes sense, but you only guessed Fang Yuan's identity. How can you be sure he will come here? Just because of the information path true inheritance? Not only is the information path inheritance's crucial clue gone, even if he obtained it, what does that have to do with us? He might not come here and encounter us." Ying Wuxi smiled coldly. "That is because you don't understand heaven's will. Earlier, to obstruct Fang Yuan, heaven's will made a plan that was to lure Fang Yuan with the information path true inheritance. But Fang Yuan is crafty and vigilant. He did not fall into the trap. He went to northern plains without stopping. This was a wise decision. Heaven's will's arrangements inside the turbulent flow sea area were completely wasted." Ying Wuxi's understanding was a little off. The truth was, Fang Yuan did not sense the information path true inheritance's clues back then. After all, the clue was concealed in flying sword immortal goo. Of course, even if Fang Yuan found them, with his personality, it would not have slowed down his return to Langya blessed land. Right now, Fang Yuan obtained He Fan's true inheritance and has gained immense strength. But he is in Langya sect and has recently been added to the Four Races Alliance. He also has an alliance agreement with Chudu. He has huge needs in the information path aspect. Thus, he is likely to come here, following the true inheritance's clues to obtain this information path inheritance. Ying Wuxi continued. Undoubtedly, suffering and setbacks were of value in life. Ying Wuxi had gone through many difficulties. His mind was sharper and more vigilant now. He had the demeanor of an expert. He Lulan was quite familiar with Fang Yuan's situation. The intel that Fang Yuan had exposed reached Ying Wuxi through Sixth Hair. In order to draw out He Lulan's hatred towards Fang Yuan, Ying Wuxi had told her a portion of the information. He Lulan's eyes burst out with brilliance. She had an understanding. You mean to say Liu Qingyu is a reminder to us from heaven's will? That's right. Liu Qingyu might have chosen this place by coincidence, but he was actually subconsciously influenced by heaven's will. He purposely chose our island. It is too much of a coincidence. Heaven's will probably thinks that the trap earlier can no longer affect Fang Yuan, who has gotten much stronger. Thus, it wants to make use of us to deal with Fang Yuan. Ying Wuxi looked at the sky, showing a cold smile. Know yourself and your enemy, and you will never be defeated. Shadow Sect had opposed heaven's will for so many years. Ying Wuxi was naturally aware about heaven's will's goals and schemes. Then we can use this chance to ambush Fang Yuan. Aren't you trying to get back the sovereign immortal body? He Lulan transmitted. Ying Wuxi turned around, looking at He Lulan. The two were secretly transmitting to each other. They did not talk for long. The other three immortals only saw Ying Wuxi looking at the sky for a while before he turned around and walked back. Ying Wuxi did not speak. He took huge steps, leading the way. Behind him, Shinu, Tai Bai Yunsheng, and He Lulan followed after. Ah! Liu Qingyu, who was kneeling on the ground, was dazed. He quickly got up and followed behind them closely. He Lulan! Ying Wuxi suddenly transmitted, if we can capture Fang Yuan this time, I will grant you freedom. He Lulan's body and mind shook. But soon she reacted, replying, only a child would be fooled by that. Would you willingly let go of my battle strength? Ha 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 ha, you truly know me well, Lulan. Ying Wuxi laughed, admitting it openly. How will you deal with Fang Yuan? He has rank 8 battle strength, He Lulan asked. Ying Wuxi's smile faded. He sighed. He Lulan could hear the helplessness in his tone. Next she heard Ying Wuxi. I am not going to deal with him. The immemorial upper extreme heavenly eagle is very hard to deal with. No, we can. If we use that secluded domain of heaven and earth, can't we succeed? He Lulan asked. You really want him to die? I remember that you have gone through thick and thin before. Every man for himself. If he dies or is defeated, there are only advantages to me. There are no disadvantages. He Lulan showed a cold-killing intent. Ying Wuxi rejected this alluring suggestion. Even if we use that place, my goal cannot be achieved. I need to capture Fang Yuan alive. The material needs to be fresh. If we use that place, we can only make the upper extreme heavenly eagle lose its threat temporarily. Furthermore, even if we could, I would not do it. Ying Wuxi smiled. He Lulan. Why? Not considering the big picture is simply short-sighted. Like how Fang Yuan did not take the information path inheritance earlier. As long as we save my main body, we will have a great advantage. My memories are limited. If we fight with Fang Yuan now, we will be falling into heaven's will's trap. We will leave Eastern Sea. However, before leaving, we can leave behind some arrangements as a present for Fang Yuan. Hey. Ying Wuxi transmitted a laugh. A day later. I am finally here. Turbulent Flow Sea Area. Fang Yuan stood on a cloud. He looked at the sea area as he sighed. Rumors said that there was an intense battle between Gu immortals here. There were no rank 8 experts among the participating Gu immortals, but there were many rank 6 and 7 Gu immortals. Because their battle was too intense, the Tao marks carved in this area caused a change in the environment. In the end, a unique place in Eastern Sea, Turbulent Flow Sea Area, was created. Because of this reason, there were many Gu immortal inheritances hidden inside the Turbulent Flow Sea Area, or their wealth left behind after death. In history, there were lucky people who obtained Gu immortal inheritances inside the Turbulent Flow Sea Area. Even though the lucky people were few, these rumors caused many people to be attracted to this sea area. Many Eastern Sea Gu immortals, as well as Gu immortals of Central Continent, Northern plains and southern border would often come to the turbulent flow sea area to search for fortuitous encounters. Fang Yuan's gaze swept across the seawater. The turbulent flow sea area's water was very unique. The surface was calm, but there were many undercurrents below. These currents were of all types and forms. They interlinked with one another. They moved in this sea area with absolutely no rhythm or pattern. Precisely because of this, Gu immortals called this the turbulent flow sea area. Feng Yuan looked at the sky again. The sky had many white clouds. Shrouding his vision, he could not see any starlight. Even when the sun was blazing, the sunlight could not penetrate the cloud layers. It only made the place brighter. When Gu immortals entered the turbulent flow sea area, they often lost their sense of direction. These cloud layers were one of the causes. Because of the clouds, Gu immortals could not determine their precise location. It was impossible to get rid of these clouds. To do that, one was contesting against heaven and earth. Gu immortals with such abilities were at least rank 8 great experts. They were very rare. Paying a huge price to destroy these clouds would also destroy the turbulent flow sea area. To them, it was not worth the effort at all. Breathing in deeply, Fang Yuan's aura surged as Immortal Gu aura burst out from within him. Immortal Investigative Killer, Move Qilak Sensation. This move was obtained from Feng Jun's inheritance. It used Qilak Immortal Gu as the core. It could sense people who were closely connected by luck to the Gu Immortal user. The closer the distance, the clearer the effects. Oh, they are nearby. They are in the turbulent flow sea area?